must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.
Good morning, viewers. Thank you very much. Welcome to Punchline Africa Television. I am Dr. David Matsanga, broadcasting from the Political Command Center of Punchline Africa Television, miles away from the headquarters in Nairobi. Thank you very much. Good morning, Miriam in Nairobi.
A very good morning to you, Doctor, and a good morning to our viewers.
Thank you very much. Our topic of our show this morning at 9 o'clock is the political debrief. This topic looks at the events politically that have taken place in Kenya, the movements of society, governance, revenue authority allocation, the revenue allocation formula, the standoff between the governors, the Senate, and the counties, the standoff in the political sphere, violence, the so-called hate speech mongers, the standoff in the country as far as corruption is concerned. Is corruption hurtling us towards chaos? That is what we want to look at the whole of today. We shall look at the chronicles of corruption, the events of corruption in our second phase, which starts at 11. Has it hurtled us towards state of despondency? The day we touch on corruption, the system, the achievements of President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. As far as his blueprint is concerned, we shall also look at that. We shall see what can be achieved, what is achievable. But this morning, first, Miriam, as a ritual, our COVID-19, are we carving or being carved?
Doc, I think we're doing just fine. Well, we have been, it looks like we're able to manage COVID-19 if things continue. The figures that we continue to see there. And Kenya, as this morning, the confirmed cases is 36,393 cases. The death toll is 637. Recoveries right now is at 23,529. And Uganda, the cases is 5,266 cases. 60 people have died. Recoveries is 2,404. In South Africa, confirmed cases is 653,444. The death toll is 15,705, and recoveries in South Africa is 584,195. And the number of cases that have been confirmed in the continent this morning so far stands at 1,366,424, and the number of deaths in the continent is 33,072. Recovery so far is 1,117,324. And of course, the global figures right now have surpassed 30 million.
Thank you very much, Miriam, for that coverage of COVID-19 in Kenya. Are we carving or we have been carved? That's the question I put to you. Mm-hmm. We are two of us now.
Yes.
And,
yes.
We are two of us. Don't forget we.
Yes.
And Karen has come in.
Yes.
But let her settle down first.
Yes.
And then she comes back. Mm-hmm. Are we carving, Miriam?
I think so far, from the figures that we've been seeing, I think so far we're doing very well. But I think the recent, Doctor, I think we've talked about this so much here, the events that we've been seeing related to the political cross and all that, maybe in the next 2 weeks things might change. We might see the numbers going up again. But it appeared that we were doing so far in terms of, controlling the spread of COVID-19. So now we are curving. But in the next 2 or 3 weeks, we don't know what will happen in regards to the recent, political activities that have been happening that have really, drew a lot of, so many people in different places. And we saw they were not adhering to these measures of social distancing, of wearing masks. So, yeah, right now it's okay. But let's look at the next 3 weeks, how things might, play out.
Are we, let's say, I was being interviewed by another radio station this morning, And if Tanzanians are not wearing masks, why do you bring them to us who are wearing masks? Yes.
And that is a conversation Doctor, also had on my way to work, one of the radio stations there, and Kenyans were really divided over the matter of why do we need to continue, holding our economy? Why do we still need the restrictions? And they were saying Tanzania, they're not adhering to some of these things and they're just fine. So we need to open our schools. And of course, a lot of parents were like, no, we cannot open the schools. If the school should open, then it should be the higher learning institutions, that is the colleges and universities, because those are adults, majority who are able to listen to some of these things and and adhere to the measures that have been put in place. But the primary schools and the lower classes, that is a no-no. So majority of the parents are feeling like that. And so the issue of Tanzania, we see Tanzania, nothing much has been done in terms of the measures there in line with COVID-19, but it seems to be okay. But also the thing with Tanzania is right now a law was passed a couple of weeks ago that bars any broadcasting house to broadcast anything that touches on COVID-19. So we really can't know the situation in Tanzania in regards to COVID-19. So having Tanzanians come to our country and they're not tested and they're not quarantining, I think that is something that that perhaps worries Kenyans.
Yes, it worries Kenyans. It doesn't only worry Kenyans. It worries anybody who does business with Kenya. First of all, I am not of this opinion. And from today, I will be speaking my mind. I am not of the opinion of bringing students back to school. No. Let Kenyans hear. You can call me any names. Don't bring these boys and girls to school. Please, please. We have lost the year. Let's know we've lost it. But don't bring these younger girls. Bring the university students who can look after themselves, who can wash their hands, who are not supervised by teachers. If teachers themselves are not supervising themselves, if teachers are not keeping a distance, mature people are going for political rallies. You want to bring children, it is a shame. Let's not think about it. It's only 1 month or 2 months to Christmas. These children will need to go back. Parents don't have the money to call again children from school, then buy new uniform, then bring new this. Please, parents, let's be honest to each other. It is not advisable at the moment for the children to come back to school. 2, it is not also advisable for us, for people in Kenya, to be wearing masks. And then you allow flights of those wearing no mask or who have no conditions that show that they are well or they are not. They are well or they are not. We don't know to come here. We shall soon end up being blocked by Europe. I'm telling you, if we mix up the Tanzanian people into this country, we are going to end up being blocked. And we shall lose trade, we shall lose quite a lot of things. Because I'm seeing what is happening up there. People are strict on this certificate. They are strict. They are not refusing people to enter, but you have them. You wear your mask from your place of origin to where you are going to end. So we cannot just sit there and we make, look, we are already in chaos. East Africa is in chaos. Integration is at the peril of a few individuals. Only 2 countries or 3 countries in East Africa have integrated. That is Kenya, Uganda, and Rwanda. Tanzania is not integrated. It's not. I am not a diplomat to sit here on this television station to soften and to make people happy. I am not bothered anymore now. I'll speak my mind out now. I've done my best. If you hate me, hate me. But there is something which is not working, which is not right. You cannot mix people into people who have been looking after themselves. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, you people, please, let's look like we went to school. You cannot mix us with Tanzanians who are not wearing masks. And we die. No. No, walai hakuna. No. This is not good. We keep ourselves in houses. We don't enjoy the life we used to enjoy. And we wear masks. Then some people are flying in to sit with us. What money are they bringing in this country? What money? What? Then we have stupid people like David Ndii. You are suing what you claim to have gone to school. You stupid David Ndii. You have gone to school. Then you go and sue what is not there. Have you gone to school? Haven't you spoiled your father's school fees? Hey, leo tutachomana. I'm sparing nobody. Because at the end of the day, it will be me, Matanga, left to run, to catch plane. It will be me. And it was me. Everybody deserted people. So today I'm hated. You want to hate me? No way. If you dismember Kenya, you have dismembered the entire region. That is my policy. I have no regrets. Even if I'm not in Kenya, I will defend this country because it is my pipeline to my home. If Kenya is dead, Miriam, I'm dead. If Kenya has trouble, Uganda is dead. Forget about Tanzania code telling me to go through Tanzania Mwanza. Oh, would you bring goods from Dar es Salaam? What goods can come from Dar es Salaam? How many goods? How much can it come? That's rubbish. Things will change in the future. We are planning for the future. Don't think we're sitting here, we're stupid. We plan, we know what we want. We know time and God keeps us, has kept us alive. What will you do? Uganda needs a proper pipe center for its goods. That's why you see me shouting about this David Ndii and a group of us saying, who are the masters? Who is the master? The local master. Asay is well known on TV, funded, and she knows she's opposing. The father is in IC, BBI. Let her go and oppose the father first. Isn't it? If the father knew that this BBI was wrong, then why doesn't the father resign? Why does the daughter stay? Because, I don't want to say very bad words here. Let me be cooled down and have a discussion. Today, gloves are off. You are suing who? You are suing BBI, which is not here. Where is the BBI? Where is the document you are suing? You sit down because you want to impress George Soros and another local master. There is a local master here, paymaster, who sponsors all these programs. All these programs, Miriam, the one I have written down, and I want anybody here to come and let him tell me that they are not here. They are here. The groups that I've written down, it would be very good for you to look at them. Those groups exist here. This group exists in this country. They are existing here. Isn't Ekuro Court here? He wanted to buy signatures. Now he went to TV this morning to tell Kenyans that he has got 900. Where did you get them, Okot? You have forgotten all the videos that we had. We have videos on you negotiating for those signatures. You try to bring them out and we shall smoke you. Who paid you 20 million? You are paid 20 million to come and scalpel the BBI. Leo wacha tuende pole Miriam. Let's talk about it. We show the program here on this channel. You cannot have a blueprint when you have mercenaries like this. Where will the blueprint? To whom will the blueprint come to? I've written a paper in the Capital FM. You can Capital FM radio. You can read for yourself. It is there published, and I don't fear. I'm published. Come for me. What will you do? What have I done? Whether I'm in London, whether I'm in South Africa, whether I'm in Zimbabwe, I'll write. In fact, I could write even worse. I'm a deadly writer. Watch me. I've fought battles bigger than this. I go slowly, you think it is over until I finish you. Isn't the ICC listening? They have cancelled. There is no November, there is no meeting. We can't meet. Hey, one single man, I have made it. They are dangling. So where Jaribu Mimi? Mimi, I don't do these local things of yours. Mr. David Ndi and a group says they are choosing BBI. I want to ask you one question to Kenyans. Which BBI? We haven't seen the report yet. Now, what are you choosing? Why do you waste the court's time filing things that are not worth it? Thank you, Miriam.
All right.
That BBI is over. We've done that. Tick that one.
All right.
We have done it. It is on our list. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Now you can bring in the newspapers with the Standard.
All right, Karen, a very good morning to you.
Good morning, Miriam and Dr. Matanga.
Mm-hmm. All right, so on the
good morning, Karen from Malindi. Warm us with the warm temperature as we arrange our papers.
Okay, before we get to the papers, right now the humidity is at 79%. And if you noticed, yesterday it was extremely hot. Yesterday was just beyond the normal. Well, right now it's a 9:27, and we have the temperatures at 26 degrees Celsius. At around 10 a.m., it should be at 27 degrees Celsius. At 11 a.m., it should be...
Mm-hmm.
And we'll have 29 degrees Celsius.
Mm-hmm.
It will be constant, 29 degrees Celsius from 12 to 1 p.m. And then it will be constant from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. at 28 degrees Celsius, mostly sunny. At 4 p.m., we'll have it at 27 degrees Celsius. And 5 p.m., it will still be sunny at 27 degrees Celsius. And at around 6 p.m., we'll have it at 26 degrees Celsius. And at 7 p.m., we will have clear skies. That's the weather for today. Back to Miriam and Dr. Matanga.
All right.
Yeah, thank you very much. Mm-hmm. Miriam, back to you. Let's have the newspaper headline.
Okay, and on the front pages of the Standard newspaper this morning, Raila's son shock verdict on ODM. They're saying they're friendly fire. Raila Jr. jolts Orange Party into unfamiliar territory with a tweet calling for soul searching. Decries loss of values such as accountability and public interest that once defined the movement's agenda. Party bosses shy away from confronting Junior. So down there, this is what Junior, I think, tweeted. We as ODM need to find our way back to basics. We're not just about private jets and slay queens' wills abusing rival politicians. We have a development agenda clearly outlined in our manifesto. Let's focus on service delivery, democratic space, protecting private citizens' rights.
Let him join another party. If he's not in agreement with his father, let him join another party and become is free. He doesn't hold the party at ransom. Has he got an alternative? This is some of these younger men. I met him in Mombasa in a White Sands hotel, and the groups I saw him with, they're not worth it. I can't say anything much. I'm sorry. I'll tell the father when I meet the father. We bump into each other one day. That's all I can say about a younger man like that. Join another group if you feel ODM is not giving you the services you want. But criticizing and making PR because you are going to Nakuru to see a man who has insulted other tribes and other people's mother. Yes. If it was Mama Ida insulted, this boy would be everywhere. Everywhere. Even wanting maybe to take down people. But you are going to Nakuru to show support to a man who has, thanks God, the magistrate behaved so well. And if we have several of those types of magistrates, this country will change. So that next week on Monday, or next week on Wednesday, let the DPP collect all the trial. Is ready for trial. Let the trial take 3 days, 4 days. This crime was committed. The man repeated it so many times. Everybody saw. So you don't investigate beyond that. Maybe the additional crimes that they are bringing on him, including forgery of the academic certificate, which he had forgery, what? So many things, Miriam. So this younger man is a friend of Oscar. He should have just gone to Nakuru quietly and stayed there. But did you sit with a company? I saw the company in Mombasa. In the hotel, I'm not in. So if he doesn't like the party, we don't want to waste your headline here. And the newspaper is picking a headline. Go and join another party. There are people who have disagreed with their fathers and they are still alive. So it's their problem. ODM, what has it lost? What has it lost? So he doesn't believe in handshake. Let him come out and tell us, join the group that is persuading people. You know?
All right, Karen.
He's being labeled as a dentist. So let him now choose whether he goes to those labelers or he remains in the party. Younger man, I have your phone. You called me. You gave me your phone. When we met in Mombasa, I will call you and maybe we have coffee. These outbursts don't help. That's respect your father. Yes.
All right.
Why they want the reggae stopped?
Yes.
The BBI roadblock. It is the same group who paid. David Indi is as poor as a church mouse. Have you ever seen a church mouse that stays up there? When the bishop is counting the money. Do you know why they said you are as poor as a church mouse? David Indi has a war with President Uhuru Kenyatta for a long time. And don't bring your personal family war to the national level. Mr. David Indi, you went to school, but your school is stupid. You are making Oxford University look stupid because you have nothing. You have also been bought now by cartels. You are ever now in a company of cartels. No wonder you were in a company previously, an ODM, in a company of the same cartels who make money dubiously. Now you have shown your true colors. You are shining around here. You are going to sue. To sue what you have seen. You have a document. Where is the document? The court will ask, where is BBI? Which BBI are you suing? Are you suing a ghost? You can't put an application and wait for BBI to be tabled. The judges will look at the date, tabled when you have applied for suing BBI today. There's no BBI. Why do you waste the court's time with Corona? Judges have different, that energy be used to detain somebody who has stolen money from the coffers of KEMSA. Not on this stupidity. Yes, Miriam, we have Karanja online. Good morning, Karanja.
The rest of the panel.
Yeah, yes, thank you very much. You have been listening to our conversation.
Yeah, I've been listening to your great conversation this morning.
Yeah, from Nanyuki. You listen and take down notes, and we shall give you the authority to summarize for us.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless. Continue. That is Karanja, our correspondent, the legacy correspondent from Nanyuki, online from Nanyuki. What is your comment this morning? Quick comment, 1 minute.
First of all, I want to build on the topic that I thought you discussing of Odinga Jr. joining the group of cartel. And as you have said, he should choose now whether to quit ODM officially and join the Tanga League, because it's like that is where his interest are. And I think that's what we should do. If you disagree with your father, don't bring your family issues to other people's political parties or at national level where serious matters are discussed. We need to go and settle things with you. That before coming here to show how low he is at national television. When he is joining a group that is agreeing with his political party agenda. That's all I can say on that matter.
Yes, Karen in Mombasa.
Yes, Doctor. First of all, before we even talk of what you were just talking about, earlier on, you talked of why we shouldn't allow people from Tanzania because we are not, we do not.
We seem to be having a signal problem there.
We don't have the facts. We don't have the information from the fact that they have passed law. The fact that they have passed this law doesn't ring a bell. You know, that should ring. That is enough reason for it to ring a bell that there's something that we're not sure of. We do not have the information. So we're not only punishing the people of this country, but Kenya is a country which accommodates people from different parts of the world. So if we have to expose these people from these other countries to, and a fate of unknown, we don't even know what the future holds. When these people come in, it's not proper. So we should have checked the inputs. The effect it's going to have on these other people as well. And why should we even exempt them from the 14-day quarantine when we do not have the real facts, from the angle? So I think it's not just proper. We should have a thought concerning this whole issue. And concerning the ODM, I think what's his name?
Junior.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Raila Junior.
It's time. Yes, Raila Junior. It's time for him to make a decision on whether he's in or out. other than coming up with, creating this whole drama, and there's nothing wrong with ODM, actually. And we've seen ODM fight corruption and defend human rights and all of that. So he shouldn't be at the middle, be lukewarm somehow. We should know whether he's in or out. That is all.
But him criticizing the party is not part of democracy, or he's outstepping his boundaries?
I think he's outstepping his boundaries.
There are channels.
Bigger than...
Can I come in?
Okay.
Karen, you have made your point. There are channels of criticizing the party. There are well laid down channels of writing to the party executive and a complaint. But this is populist in Nakuru town to show people that this is, I don't agree with my father. I'm here to help you. Populist is the same type of idea that Ruto has. Deputy President Ruto can disagree with the president when they are inside the state house. You don't need to carry that and go outside to people who are looking for their daily food and start starring them. That is all. That is the difference between, and this man, Ina Hassan, also is patronizing me. And he's saying, I don't agree with people. I agree with people who have gone to school. There's going to school and studying. You can't go to school and you have no knowledge. How many people have been to school and they come out and they behave as if they never went to school? It is very, I am using facts which are very here in a Hassan. I'm using very good facts. You can't accuse BBI, which we have not seen. Does that need you to go to school? You need to have knowledge. I cannot accuse Miriam because I've seen her, but you can't go to court to file an application over something that is not here. It's not tabled. You are the one who look like you are ignorant also. Because surely, if you have gone to school, then why do you pick your papers and go to the court and file an application in court? Imaginary. What about if the president says they will not reveal the contents of the what will happen? What will happen? Now, what will the court decide on? What will the court, what is it in BBI that you don't want? It is the same method that was used by a court. He went to court, the same case, to stop BBI. The case was thrown out. But because this stupid man called Mr. David Ndi worked with Mutunga, these are the people who were writing things against Kenyatta, who wanted Kenyatta to be in jail. And I hope here in Hassan, you are not one of those. Because there's a group that I'm looking for that used to be in Mutunga's office. And they used to write so many things with NGOs, claiming to be a very good experts of media and so on. I'm looking for them. I will get them. I know the group that was writing that material to jail Uhuru Kenyatta. We know you. So if you are one of them, come slowly on this television. Because mimi itakwambia wazi. And we part ways. You know? It is very true that David Ndi was a personal assistant to Mutunga, William Mutunga. It is very true. He told us himself. He worked. They schemed with Fatu Besuda and Ocampo to detain these people. They have never forgiven them. David Ndi's hatred for Uhuru Kenyatta is a family hatred. They can sort that problem out without bringing in Kenya. That is my position, Miriam.
All right, very well, Karen.
They used to work together, those two. And they work for Harvard, not Harvard. There's a foundation they work for. That foundation is linked to the CIA. So let them go ahead and do what they want to do. We know who is paying them money. We know their local master. We know the meetings Mr. David Ndii conducts with certain people. Those meetings are well documented. Where you sit in your toilet. You sit in hotels where everybody knows your meetings. Therefore, time has come, Kenyans, before chaos comes, we better, that's why I wrote this morning, Miriam. Those are my thoughts. The way I thought, I have not abused anybody. I've told you the truth from my heart that there are 80 groups of people in this country that are dismembering this country against the government of Republic of Kenya and against Uhuru Kenyatta. If you think I'm wrong, write yours and counter me. But me, I have a right. On my Facebook page, it hasn't been said I've insulted anybody. I've written facts, education, that there are 80 groups funded by George Soros, all of them linked up to George Soros. If you see what is happening in the Senate, it is George Soros' team and American team. Look at Senator Mutula Kilonzo of Makueni. He was given the seat by Wiper Party. He's negotiating on phone to join another group and to take Makueni people somewhere. I can play you the tape, the phone intervention now. Because for me, I don't speak without the facts. If that is not your voice, then you say, it's not my voice. It is not, it's a matter of time that Senator Mutula Kilonzo will be seen leading a delegation somewhere. It's a matter of time. If it's not today, tomorrow or Friday. So they come back to the Senate. They want to blame the governors. But they are the people captured by George Soros. Who is the boss there? Mr. Murkomen. Mr. Murkomen, where did he work? He worked with George Soros. Where has he worked before? Nowhere. Nairobi University. Pretending to be a student, a teacher, a lecturer there. But in actual sense, he is part of the George Soros main grand team that drafted evidence against Kenyatta and Ruto. He's now in the Senate, opposing everything Lusaka does because he was removed as a leader of majority. Due to the corruption, to the bias, and the patronage to his master. Everybody knows the local master. Let's go group by group, maybe people might not know what we are talking about. The groups that are in Kenya, so that people can know the truth. Don't blame me and say, what is he talking about? Let's bring in the groups. Group number 1 is composed of Senator Murkomen, and it is based in Senate and the Parliament. Very close allies of George Soros under the command of an individual close to power in Kenya. That's group number 1. These are leading the court confusion in the Senate to bring the country to a standstill through constitutional methods. That is first group. Tick it. I hope, Karanja, you are ticking it. That's the first group. The second, yes, the second group is composed of, There is another group of George Soros that is supported by NGOs that keep on moving to High Court to challenge they move on to High Court every day to challenge the BBI, the government, the tenders, the what, anything that the government does. Their aim is to slow down the pace of constitutionalism, amendments, and also to create a hatred for the government. They have created a hatred for President Uhuru Kenyatta. They have a local paymaster. To file a case, Miriam, in court, you need 1 million shillings. You tell me where Wamutata has all this money. Wamutata has the money to file that court and have lawyers alone. You need 1 million shillings in Kenya. The third group is a silent formation of a militant group funded by internal opposition to the president. Yeah. The group is under preparation, are being assembled. This is a militant youth, militant people who are, if you say any name which is not the one they like, they will be on you. Is that not militants? It is here. And that group, this is also a wing of George Soros. They have plan B. If you look at the words of Ngeno and Oscar Sudi, they were very, very aware that they had the plan B. What will you do? They came back to reaffirm to the public. If you had released the Oscar yesterday, he would have called another press conference in Eldoret. That is another group. The third group, the fourth group, which is in Kenya, is a group of corrupt cartels that fight the government for tenders and the businesses. This one is an officially charged because of those who have been officially charged of corruption. If you go back to 2017 and 2013, people who have been charged of corruption, they have formed a cartel, a group, a collect money to give to one person. Have you noticed that any corrupt case, it is the same lawyers? Have you asked yourself as a Kenyan, who are these? Why are they? Who pays them to run the same case? If it touches corruption, there's a group of lawyers who go there and look at their faces. Ask them, go to their account and say, who is paying you to stand for Mr. X? Who is paying you? Who is paying you to stand for the governor of Garissa? You know the lawyer who supports some hotel in the town. Who pays him? If you look at the governor of Garissa, he has not even paid that guy a single coin. But there's somebody who pays them to go to court. Okay? Let it be known to Kenyans. Another group number 5, is a group of flip side, the pseudo social media operators who fake stories, who fake assassination attempts, who fake killings, who are hooked by with items of handouts of wheelbarrows, bicycles. They create a state of despondency. That group is to create a state of despondency in the public. That there are these things are available, but the President Uhuru Kenyatta does not give them to you. Have you ever seen such a state you are in? The other group, they also have a local master. The last group, which is group number, so the group is, another group is a group of women and the men lawyers, including the LSK chairman, legal minds and the professionals who work indirectly and directly with George Soros or the master, the local master. Check that group. It is here. Its role is to sabotage everything that President Uhuru Kenyatta does. An announcement that President Uhuru Kenyatta does. An announcement that Uhuru Kenyatta does, they are in court to stop it. You see, Miriam, that's another group. The seventh group, or the eighth group, is a group of Ekuro Ekot, of Punguza Muzigo, or a group of Third Way Alliance. The former president, he has been sacked out of Third Way Alliance. It buys signatures from IEBC. Ekuro Ekot in this COVID-19, where did he get 900,000 signatures? The documentary that we did here on Punchline Africa TV can exonerate us. Miriam, I pray that the Kenyans see the light. I have written this from the bottom of my heart, and I can explain to anybody about the groups. I have evidence, I've seen them operate, and I've done for the best of Kenya and Africa. Those who are bent on causing violence or breaking up Kenya, it is up to them. Let the truth set me free, and I will be set free. Champlain. Thank you very much. Those are the groups. So don't ask me. These are my thoughts, by the way. I'm not imposing them to Miriam. I'm not imposing them to Karen. I'm not imposing. It is up to you to read. But there are many Kenyans who have read. Look at the way they have read them. The type of comments, 80% of the comments are saying, yeah, there is truth here. Because you cannot imagine a man who has gone to Oxford University to wake up and say he's going to accuse BBI, which has not been officially announced. Then that man must be going for quick money to allow him to fly with the wife to the coast to have a quick holiday. You know, there are certain people who married women who they can't maintain today. And when there is no work where you are getting the money and you can't maintain the wife, you can even go and steal to maintain her. So marry the wife who likes you. Don't marry the wife because you have the money. This television is to give advice. Because when the money one day is not there, and the wife turns on you in the house, even it tells you, I'm going somewhere else. That's where mother story starts. That's why people commit suicide. He said, I get a gun, shoot my wife, shoot myself, shoot my children. Because those sentiments always come where murder cases have occurred of suicide. of a man who shoots the family or who cuts the wife's hands, because they reach an extent of saying, what are you now? You are nothing. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Professor, good morning.
Good morning, Miriam.
So we were looking at we were looking at the newspapers even as we continue to look at our topic of the day. Can you sue? What is not available there to sue? As in today's papers, there we see economist Devin D has gone to sue. Up here on the Standard newspaper, it says why they want reggae stopped. BBI roadblock governance activists move to court to scuttle Uhuru and Raila's pet project for national unity, claiming that it undermines the substance of the constitution. And I'm sure you watched that on the news yesterday. I don't know, what is your comment on it?
Yeah, Miriam, thank you for asking me that question. And you know, in the world, we have got day and night. As we wake up in the morning, we have got dark forces of evil and the forces of good. You can't belong to both, but you can belong to one. Miriam, of what interest does someone want to oppose BBI? There's nothing which has happened, but you can see the peace and tranquility we have enjoyed since the handshake. And what I need to do, Miriam, courts are there. Anybody can walk. A madman, a sane person, you can walk to court and but you have a case. You sue what you know that is already there. So I don't know BBI, whether what is in the BBI. We are waiting for the report to be challenged. And in any event, Miriam, court cannot help. The people who will decide whether they are going to pass the content of BBI are the people of Kenya, including those ones who have gone to court. I'm not a lawyer, neither am I a judge, but I've got a clear mind to tell you that the court is going to tell them that the people of Kenya will decide on what to do with their constitution. So, Miriam, those are the kind of groups Dr. Masanga has really clearly represented, which are there. Then these, what has he ever stood for? This is the same man who was asking for the division of Kenya, that Kenya to be divided. You can see how narrow he can think, and he calls himself an economist. But it's very unfortunate. You know, there are these people, Miriam, if the idea has not originated from them, then it means what Dr. Masanga, what Miriam, what Karen, what Professor will say is rubbish. We cannot be in we can't live in that kind of world. That your word is the only one which needs to say. So what I know, he masqueraded to be very close to the Prime Minister, and he expected to be consulted to give wrong advice. This is the kind of bitterness you can see in people, so that they want to sabotage. But let me tell you, Miriam, I have no doubt in my mind, and let nobody fear that the BBI report will come, Kenyans will look at it, and Miriam will pass that report, because the report is towards uniting the people of Kenya. The BBI is about fighting corruption. So corrupt individuals, you know, Miriam, corruption fights back. So they have assembled themselves to see how do we scatter, because we are getting them. Miriam, if you can see the kind of people who are under the radar of Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, you cannot imagine. So they are trying everything possible, Miriam, to scatter. And the people who are going to be losers are the people of Kenya. And I wonder people why they are fighting for President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, who has got 23 years, 23 months to get out of office. Why are the people concerned? What is he going to lose? If the people of Kenya, we don't enjoy peace and tranquility, we lose, not the president. So what do you only need to do, Miriam? And I always have appealed and I've always said, peace-loving Kenyans and who means well for this country. The rights and then these must know that Kenya is bigger than their masters like the George Soros. And Kenya will be built by Kenyans. We will decide. The opening of the preamble of the Kenyan constitution that the sovereignty of Kenya belongs to the people of Kenya. And Article 256 million, the framers of the constitution have said on how we change the constitution. There are those articles, the chapters of the constitution which are protected. And if you want to do anything with them, you go back to the people of Kenya and ask them. There are those things which you can register. You cannot stop members of parliament. There is no court which will stop members of parliament from doing their work. Neither can parliament stop the judiciary from doing their work. So it is a very interesting case, but it is a case which is going to die on arrival.
All right, so this, among other things, are part of the plea. And by the way, economist David D, and he was joined by activist Jerotich Sei, Jen Ngondi, Wanjiru Gikonyo, and Ikal Angelei, and they're seeking to stop reggae completely with their eyes on sections of law which are the heart of the BBI drive. The petitioners, through their lawyer Nelson Harvey, want the court to declare that 5 chapters of chapters of the 2010 Constitution.
You see that?
Yes.
Miriam, I have exposed this in my 5 a.m. writing. Kenyans, you look at it, it is on Facebook. You see the comments they are making. People are agreeing. If Harvey is not there, who pays the Harvey? It's not the LSK. There is a local master who pays Jerotich, who pays D, a local master who has managed all that strategy of Machiavelli. But this is Machiavellian style. If you cannot destroy the emperor, you can use several other methods to weaken the emperor. If you have studied Machiavellian strategy, you get it very clear. Why is it that it is not Mwite? Why don't we have Ngatia? It is Nasir and Harvey. Nasir and Harvey. Ojenda, Nasir and Harvey. You see, you Kenyans don't read my name, read the material I write. There is some sense there. You haven't even reached it further. You didn't reach read the standard further. It's a Harvey. There's no other lawyer.
Mm-hmm. So, Doctor, in their plea, they have 5 things that they want the court to consider, and they say court should shield 5 key chapters of the Constitution from any changes, and that is Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 4, Chapter 9, and Chapter 10. And also they say declare that there are limits to how much amendments can be made, and also for court to declare that Parliament has no power to pass a law which destroys the basic structure of the Constitution. And also they want the court to, for the court to order each parties to bear their own cost. And I don't know, for that point there, Dr. Point number 3, for court to declare that Parliament has no power to pass a law which destroys the basic structure of the Constitution. That is why a referendum is in the looming, because a lot of those things that the BBI perhaps are seek to address, Kenyans have to decide on it. It's not upon Parliament. Am I not getting that right? Yes.
Miriam, my sister, is a sheer stupidity for us even to speak about what is not there. Have you seen the BBI has erased these 3 chapters of the Constitution? Where? We don't know. Professor, we don't know. You can't sit in your house, you quarrel with your wife, then you start going to court and say, I want to file. These documents, Miriam, are filed to get money from one office, well known, which gives out money. As long as you go and say, I hate you, Uhuru Kenyatta, that office will give you money. And that money is pumped through George Soros. I've shown to you in Parliament those who work with George Soros. Mulukomen was working with George Soros. Ekuro Okot has worked with the Open Society Foundation. Am I wrong, Mr.
No.
Please, you people, you Kenyans, listen to me. These are the people going to dismember this country. They don't want an election to take place. They actually, some want an election to take place with Chebukati. Look at another mess. Chebukati now, money, is looking for money. He has now, Chebukati, agency wants to audit the system and servers for reuse in 2022. Elections is one of, you have seen the subsections of our morning brief.
And doctor, just speaking about succession, yesterday there's something that was very interesting, because we see the headlines today on the scuttling of the BBI and all that. I think it's just part of now the succession politics, because those who want to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta in 2022, they are fighting this BBI because for whatever reason they feel that it will destroy their chances there. But there's something here yesterday we missed. Let me just read it from the Star on page 4 on the same. Sources tell the Star that Ruto fears if he is defeated in a referendum too close to the election, then the result will give momentum to his rivals who will ride on the precipice to win the 2022 polls. So yesterday we saw the front pages there of the Star said DP Ruto allies seek to scuttle Uhuru agenda, and then today we wake up to these headlines where now people are in court to fight the same BBI. So when you look at, Doctor, your thoughts there in the morning.
That's it. You can see Chebukati is part of the scheme. Chebukati has already sold the signatures to Ekure Court. Ekure Court Secretary General, Mr. Fred Okango, and the chairman expelled Ekuro Court for having taken 20 million shillings from one man well known to have a lot of money in this country. They have put it in writing. I think you saw it, Mr. Boss.
I saw it.
Yes. So I am not talking from the blue. I'm telling you, these are the facts that are in so far in Kenya. If you want to listen to them, fine. If you don't want, let's move on. They don't. How do you reconfigure the systems of 2017? The court gave you an order to open them. You didn't open them. Now, where did you get the money? Where did you get the engineers now? Don't you think that this is another scandal coming for money? People want to get money to give powers. Surely, that's where we are. They wanted to bring the bill to fight the BBI. We got wind of it. We exposed the signatures were fake. Some of these guys signed their own signatures. Ekuro Court signed his own signature. He got people and put them in a house and they were signing. If they call you that your name is Karen Joseph, you sign Punguza Muziko. You ask them, when did I sign? So Miriam, that's where we are.
All right.
Ranja.
Yes.
Yes, thank you very much. And let me say this. The people who are fighting this BBI, they're fighting it and they don't really know the content of BBI. And some time back, somebody asked me, how do you look like you support this bill? And told the man that what gave back to this BBI is what I trust in. BBI was born courtesy of handshake between President Uhuru Kenyatta and the former President Raila Odinga. Therefore, BBI was born out of peace. It was born out of the process of BBI. That is what I trust. And I trust it President Uhuru Kenyatta shook hands for the purpose of unity in this country. Then BBI is a good thing. And they came up with the 7 or 9 recommendations that the committee was to look on. And the number 1 was corruption and the others. And these people who are really fighting hard to have BBI not implemented or not to have a constitutional reform are people who drive in corruption, and people who have been mentioned severally in various corruption scandals in this country. Therefore, they must fight it, and they must fight it hard so that the fight against corruption will not work in this country. We know there are people, since they joined politics, they have not been elected, or they don't drive in a fair or a credible or verifiable election. That is why they are fighting hard not to have this electoral reform that will ensure that we have a credible, free and fair election. They must wake up, because when you start fighting your enemy, or when you start fighting something that your enemy does not like, they must stand around. They must have those kinds of NGOs to support them. They must have people, external bodies or parties to support them so that we don't have this constitutional reform. And the purpose of the BBI is to unite this country. Therefore, if people don't want a united country, therefore they want to advance the nation. Therefore, in people down, their political or their policy career is enshrined on division. It's enshrined on when people are not reading from the same script. Therefore, they must fight it. And when you see one thing that the BBI that was to bring is a united nation, a nation that have a national ethics or ethos that the president was talking about. There are some people who don't have even this, they don't have morals. There are people who they are grabbers, they do all matters of things. They fight it. We don't expect anything much from them. We don't have those constitutional reforms so that we will get to election when we have a disorganized election so that they will read the way they have been winning some of those elections. And one thing that the first draft of this guy was doing, talking about women and the youth empowerment. We know the President Uhuru Kenyatta is working hard to ensure that the youth of this country and the women are empowered through the funds that are there, the weather funds and so on. And these are conducive working and so we see.
Go ahead. All right, very well. Thank you, Karanja. We seem to have suffered a signal problem there, but as we conclude, of course, as we look at the BBI, as we look at the BBI constitution, succession, and the violence and corruption and election, I think a lot of these things, if you look at the first draft of the BBI, they're meant to be, BBI was meant to find a solution to this. So we don't know. The new draft has not been, given to President Uhuru Kenyatta. They have not made it public, so we really don't know what is in there. But BBI is supposed to be addressing these issues to do with succession, our politics of winner takes it all that brings us a lot of problem, to do with violence, that erupts every 5 years because of disputed elections, to do with corruption. It's mentioned there, and also the heart of it all, the election in this country. But when it comes to election there, I think this is a conversation, Professor, that me and doctors have had, here before, as much as, because we have the other draft, the government made it available in the local newspapers there. I have a couple of the copies over there. But the issue of election has not been fully, our electoral process has not been fully addressed. So as much as we're addressing these other issues that surrounds that, but we know the core of the problem is our electoral process, the way it is right now. So I don't know what is your expectation, even as we await, the new draft that has not been made public, so that, should it be that, we have to go to a referendum to vote for it, because there are a lot of things there that BBI has mentioned that would want to be part of that the Constitution, I mean, we have to go to a referendum according to our Constitution. Those are very pertinent issues that Kenyans have to decide. But how would you like the electoral process, even as we look at elections in this country? How would you like that to be addressed in the BBI?
Thank you, Miriam, for that question. If you go back to the history of this country since independence, election has been an issue, Miriam. Thinking about the elections, and it reached at the peak in 1988 when we had got Murongo queue, where the shortest queue was becoming the longest queue. Very funny in history. And that's where the momentum started for the multi-party democracy in this country. Since 1992, up to the 2017, Kenyans have not gone to an election. They know they are going to elect their leader and go back and continue with their lives. We have had cases, Miriam, where people's property have been destroyed, their houses burned, people being killed, people being displaced. And Miriam, let me just tell you, I'm telling you as a peace and conflict expert person.
And also as somebody who has suffered from these elections.
Yes, let me tell you, Miriam.
Mm-hmm.
The most important thing which has happened in this country and where Raila reached at the peak of his career in politics of this country is the handshake. He came to his realization that Kenya is bigger than all of us, than even himself. He said, I can't be cheated, but right now, let us try to sit down, my brother. You know, one thing I like about President Uhuru Kenyatta and the Prime Minister, in the true spirit of the comradeship, they call themselves brothers. They say, hi, brother. This is not the way to go. Why do we have fear and the despondency in every other election cycle? Miriam, they identified 9 points. And the divisive elections. And those people who have been getting shortcuts to gain power, to get power, to be elected, are the people who are wondering. They said, Miriam, and if Kenya has to go, and I'm repeating this morning, that if Kenya has to go, Miriam, we have to fix our election laws. And I don't know why we're talking about Chebukati, and the members of parliament are sleeping on their job, just like the senators, having the formula for the last 5 years and doing nothing. They know this thing is coming and they're just there, getting allowances and getting all the deals.
But they are controlled.
Members of parliament.
Professor, you have forgotten, they are controlled by one of the groups of George Soros.
Yes.
You ask a question how they are sitting. They can't function. They can't function. You people, you think I'm telling you a lie. They can't function. George Soros is everywhere. There is a leader in parliament called Morukome who oversees all operations. You see, they had all the committees under their wrap. They could not until we dismantled half of it. We have dismantled half of it. We have removed the committee chairman. They were not happy. You think why Murkomen hates Uhuru Kenyatta? Wasn't he a member of a cult? They can't operate. You look at the people. Look at Alice Wahome. Which caliphate does that caliphate belong to? Who is the owner of the caliphate called Alice Wahome? Who could beg for lunch? Now she can go and choose Uhuru Kenyatta. Anybody who has senses in Nairobi, who can be stoned between Uhuru Kenyatta if we put them in a Uhuru Park? We are not here to do kupembelesha watu. I'm not here. Look at Alice Wahome. Alice Wahome is a backing dog of Ruto, of William Ruto. The William Ruto has given him money to go to court. Given her money to go to court, and I choose Uhuru to frustrate Nairobi Major General Badi. So what you are saying in parliament, which parliament? Which one? The one where else your home sits. Can that one function? It is COVID-19 that has slowed down another loudmouth called Korea. He would be everywhere. He would be everywhere. And God said, please, 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 go slow. We don't want to wish anybody bad luck. But it is not here. For me, I have to, you go back and read what I've written. If those groups don't click a thing in your mind, all of you, whoever is listening to me, whoever undermines me, if those groups don't exist in Kenya, then you say I'm a madman, I'll retire one of my degrees to pieces. You say Parliament, Mr. Professor Chamberlain.
Dr. Masana.
Yes.
What I'm trying to say, as evil, as bad, as useless as they seem to be.
Exactly.
They are the one to fix IPC. And what I was going to make that they should start fast tracking the electoral laws so that we send Chebukati packing. He cannot be arbiter for 2022 election if you mean well for this country. I did pose here a question, Miriam, and nobody has answered me. Who bungled the election of 2022? Or of 2017? What action has been taken? Do we again want to wait for the same in 2017, in 2022? Miriam, IPC should go home and Chebukati should stop touching those servers. A new team should come to prepare for the election of 2022.
That's where
we do now, Miriam. God has been so gracious to this country. Very gracious, and I thank him that the COVID curve is flattening. We are going to have our reggae back, and the Kenyans are going to decide you can use all the money in this world, but you cannot stop the people of Kenya to decide on what they want. We don't want the chaos. We don't want conflict in this country. We want to go to an election, elect our leaders, and we continue with our life. And those who have been involving themselves in corruption, we have dealt, and it is going to be dealt ruthlessly. Miriam, you can't imagine Waruka is in up to now, which is a good thing. They have tried to go all around, and I want to make and the Masanga look here. If you allow yourself to be used, you can be left on your own. Why can the money which is being given to the judges and the Paying Mokongoten cannot go to rescue their friend? So you see Waruka is on his own. So Miriam, IBC should be disbanded. Those who are there to be sent home, and we have a new commission in place so that we have confidence when we go to an election that Miriam, I can stand with you, you can defeat me, I shake your hand and I want to continue with my life.
And that's...
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, Karanja, you hold on. Miriam has something to say. Yeah.
Yeah, that story there, we are talking about the Daily Nation. Doctor, you read that Chebukati's Genius Agency wants audit of system and servers for reuse in 2022 poll. Why now?
Why now?
France has woken up, or what is happening?
France woke up 4 years ago.
Well, so why is Chebukati bringing up this right now? I mean,
you know, these are all machinations of one local master. One local master looking for power. If I can tell you what is happening in Makueni, it is a matter of time that Senator Kilonzo Jr. And I'm telling you, Senator Kilonzo Jr. is on his way to Tanga Group. Kalonzo must be careful. That's what they have done. You know, someone has gone and told some time back, Senator Junior Kalonzo Jr. Kilonzo Jr. went and burst on a newspaper that they killed my father. So,
and Doctor, the verdict is here. I think the High Court in Machakos yesterday made a ruling. And I thought maybe we should clear that up because we also talked about it. I saw it here. So, court rules out foul play in Mutula Senior's death. That is on page 6 of the Standard newspaper. An inquest by Machakos Court has ruled out a foul play in the death of former Makueni Senator Mutula Kilonzo. Instead, in a verdict that now rests the issue, the court affirmed that former lawmaker died of a combination of a nasal decongestant drug, pseudoephedrine, and a carbonated drink. I'm not sure I've said that name right, but they're saying now there was no foul play, so that case has been rested. The Standard, the Standard on page 6 down there.
You know, for me,
so that has been rested. Yes.
Saying it.
Yes.
Which page is it?
Page is it page 6 down there? On the down after the Junior story. And by the way, Raila Odinga Jr. also, I think after he tweeted that, there is another retweet that he made that to apologize. And down there he said, remember the story we're talking about? Clarification: as an ordinary ODM member, my views are my own and not that of the party. Number 2, I'm grateful to ODM for allowing democratic space in which different views and opinions are expressed. Number 3, my views were not targeting any leaders and I apologize for any misunderstanding caused. So he was able to come back and apologize for that. So I think it's important to note there. So there we go.
Now, Miriam, you have rekindled my brain a bit.
No. It's 10:30.
And this one of Mutula Kilonzo.
Yes, they're together down there.
A few months ago, I don't know whether our production team can bring that headline, where Mutula Kilonzo Jr. went and said they killed my father.
We did that maybe a month ago, not too long ago.
Yes. Now the court has found the father took excess liquid. We don't know which one it is.
Carbonated, and he had a existing condition, so that one was not
carbonated. It must be what is this thing for what? There's something.
No, carbonated. That means he either took a soda or something that is carbonated.
It's only Viagra which is carbonated, medium. Be honest. Why we talk the truth in this television?
Yes.
It's called carbonated liquid. We don't know what, but among the goods, among the carbonated items, one of them is supposed to have been Viagra. So Mutula Kilonzo told us lies a few months ago that the people killed his father. Now the court, with all the inquest, with all the documents, with all the DNA that they took to South Africa, they have been under the same thing. If you tell a lie, another man told a lie on me on Sunday. I was very mad on your television, Miriam. He got an accident yesterday, very badly. And we wish him quick recovery. Don't tell a lie to an innocent person. Never, especially someone who has no problem with you. Learn not to tell a lie. You see now, the truth comes out. The father died. He's one of those frustrating the revenue bill. There's a telephone conversation which he had with the local master. It has been intercepted. If you put it across, he tells Kalonzo, I support you up to the end. He's busy going this side. So, carbonated what? Viagra.
That's the word.
Yeah. I don't see why we should keep quiet. Viagra is Viagra, even if it doesn't hurt you to pronounce it, because it kills people. If I reach a stage where they say you can't function, I will never look for Viagra. Because I've got my children. God gave me a chance to have children, isn't it? So what else do you look for? Jermaine, Bishop, I can't. That is one of the things I cannot do as a Christian. That's the end. I tell my wife, we have reached here, we have made our little money, let's stay and enjoy the little. But you can't go extra to look carbonated what, something. Like, no, I'm not part of the carbonated era. That's it.
All right. Karen,
it is not bad to not to mention. Viagra is mentioned by even bigger television stations. We are not different. We can mention it. We are not mentioning anything extra. We are only saying Viagra was used. And there was a common pedo gossip. Now the gossip has been proved that there is a carbonated substance with the carbonate soda. What is it called? White substance. I don't know. Some people take it, some don't. But I'm told if you take it and you have existing conditions, you can even collapse. What I'm told is that it runs your heart twice faster than the muscles can break. It is like a cocaine, like a bangi. If you smoke bangi, you raise your hyper. Everybody you see as an enemy coming towards you. And another thing, Bishop, I don't drink whiskey because whiskey is very inflammatory to me. One day I drank whiskey and my father came to collect me. I told him, who is this? This is my, yeah, I will never test. You can give me cognac, brandy. That's why I've gone for brandy, but not whiskey. And the whiskey I had drunk is called VAT 69. You know why it was called VAT 69? It was produced in 1969. And this was 1970. Before going to senior secondary school, we had finished exams, so we passed through a shopping center. Then people bought to see, you know, as students, you celebrate. You finished this thing, we are waiting for the results. Niligonga yo. So my daddy was looking for me everywhere. So they said, no, your son is somewhere seated with other people there. So daddy came slowly walking, looking for me. We have been waiting at home. What are you doing here? I looked at him like, who's this man? Whoa. Hey, the type of beating that I got, you people, I will never touch whiskey. If your party has whiskey, your birthday, you will eat it alone. I will go and buy cognac. Because cognac is refined. Whiskey is just like a Uganda warrant. Or changa. I couldn't see my own father. He said, you said what?
Who is this?
You said, who is this? Hey, the man gave me the real strokes, the real everything, no punishment. I was told not to eat bread for almost 1 month, not touching loaf of bread. And those are the parents who are strict. You couldn't touch the loaf, someone will report you. Because those days the loaf was kept in a cupboard. After we have eaten 6 loaves, they put in a cupboard. So you can't, the key is kept. And it is given to one of the trusted members of the family, not thieves. Yeah, thank you. So let me do a takeaway. And before I do a takeaway, let me give everybody 1 minute to say what they want to say, because we want to prepare for the top of the hour which is coming, which is a very crucial, again, catalog, chronicles of corruption, tailing us towards, and I'm going to mention them. Read my lips today. Look at me, look at them. I'm gonna say the people. So you prepare my lunch, Ali. And then get a flight and go. Chronicles of Theft in Nairobi, in Kenya. Coming up next with our guy, Mr. Mbijiwe, will be on the poster. I don't know whether Nani put him there. Whether
yeah,
he was put on the poster, I don't know.
I'm told he's there.
Yeah, he's there. And Karanja, in summary, I start with you. Point 1, point 2, point 3, don't discuss. Tell us what we have got.
Yeah. One point, let me start by saying this. BBI is same as come. The same that the first of a major mission, a legacy where election free and fair, a country where corruption increases mercilessly. Therefore, the BBI is time is now, and I hope the president and the former prime minister will have the documents released to the public as soon as possible, so that we can go through it, so that we can raise the concerns that still are not okay or where we disagree. But BBI was born out of peace. Therefore, its process is the right one, and we must support it. And I want to say this. The cartel who was frustrating the legislature, in real sense, it's supposed to be a free and independent house, the parliament. But nowadays, we have a parliament that is cooked up, a parliament that does not depend on anything. And it's very bad, especially in this mountain Kenya region, where we have members of parliament who were elected on Jubilee tickets, who were elected as soldiers of President Uhuru Kenyatta, going around these places in Mary, Kiambu, and whatever, talking ill of the president, talking ill of the government of the day, because they support a man who is over ambitious, because they have been given something small, they have been given tokens. That's why they speak louder than everybody else in the top of the mountain. They are going around saying that our coffee and the milk and the eggs are not bought in the right prices. And the farmers in these areas have been frustrated by the government. And I left wondering, why are they not going in that parliament to take a motion, to present a bill that will ensure that the farmers, to take a legislation that will ensure that these corporations that deal with farmers and so on are something that will help them, something that will, a legislation that will ensure that farmers are protected. But they can't do that. They just want to read the name of the president. They are there saying that the BBI is not a good thing. They have not even read it. They don't know the context. But I hope that they are just ignorant because the first draft was out and the people have a chance to read. So they cannot say what the BBI is all about. These are people who have shown clearly that they disagree with the unity of this nation because we do some of them. And that's very mentioned.
We got you, Karanja.
Yeah.
Karanja, we got your points. Another point?
Yeah, and yesterday, William was asking something about some clergymen no disagreement, there's no crisis in the presidency. It's only that the deputy president ran away from what the call that was elected to do. He ran away from his duties. That is why it seems like there's a battle. The only person who can go back to the president is the deputy president. And if they go and reconcile and start working for the people, because that's an office, that's a mandate that was given by the people of Kenya. But he has run out of his duties. He is there to frustrate the president. Therefore, those members of the church, the majority of them are the ones who started every day and day. They should not come out here telling us that the president is not respecting the deputy president. They should not give the good news from Karen and tell the people in Karen to go and work for the people, to implement the policies that were elected to do in this country. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. You took more time, but Karen, your summary. 1 minute.
Okay, we talked of the elections and we agreed that we have to change the election laws, and concerning the BBI, we have to support it and not disagree on something we haven't seen. Concerning the resumption of flights from our neighboring countries, we have to have a second thought on that. And yes, that was it.
Thank you very much. I think you better become our secretary of the panel. I will send you documents. I will send you book, a nice book, diary. Not a diary, a book. I will send you money. You go to you have a post around the Malindi?
Poster, yes, we have a poster.
Not a post, a poster. Yes, in London we buy things in a stationery shop.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you buy a nice book, Mom. You can summarize these things very well as a teacher. I am very impressed. I'm very impressed that I am coaching someone who is actually doing a great job. I'm sorry to say it publicly. Very good. That's the summary of what we talked about since morning. So that each day we have our book, then each month you surrender that book to me. It can come by DHL, it can come by this courier. Is it called what? Q4. Yeah, we have those, or submit them on a format of data form to me.
It's okay.
You can summarize them. I'll do that later on in the afternoon. Thank you very much. You have encouraged me. The summary is excellent. Prof, you have to give credit to students who have worked hard. You are very good. I wish the schools don't open longer so that you don't go back to school to teach and stay with us here. Thank you very much, my dear. And let's wait for the next program is coming. I wanted to give you briefing space of about 20 minutes. Thank you very, very much. Thanks. God bless. All right, Prof, yourself, what point struck out for you?
Yeah, Dr. Masanga, what has come out very clear is that in this country has what work to be done. And this work to be done, there's nobody who's going to do it. It is us to do it. This country needs to move forward. President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and the Prime Minister and the handshake need to be supported because it is after uniting this country. The destiny of this country belongs to the people of Kenya. I know the few peace bodies, the rights being sponsored by George Soros. And the parliament should wake up to their work. The people who can legislate are the parliament. IPC should start the current commissioner should start packing and going home, and we constitute a fresh body which is going to arbitrate and be an arbiter for 2022 elections. And above all, Dr. Masanga, this country is bigger than anybody else. peace is more important. And whatever we do say here, God has all created us because we speak the truth as it is. That's who we are. There's nothing you can do. You can't kill us, and if you can kill us, it's your own business. But we have a responsibility to speak the truth. We spoke about when someone came that you killed my father. You were supposed to go to court and tell the court how your father was killed. The report has come out, it has vindicated us. Let us embrace anything which brings peace in this country. I love peace, Dr. Masanga. I like peaceful elections. And I am looking forward to that day when in this country, we can just have an election just like an event for one day, and we spend more days developing this country. I rest my case.
Thank you very much. And Miriam, finally, your comments and close it. We close it down. I want to, first of all, you will be the last one to sign us off. I want to state that of all the topics we had, BBI, referendum, corruption, succession, elections, we have been able to touch them today. And I want to thank the panel for touching them today in each format. In this discussion, we discovered quite a lot of other things. We have discovered that there is a lot of inconsistency in the Parliament and the Senate. The revenue allocation is one of the examples. We have not been able to resolve a simple matter, yet it can be solved. We lost it out. So what else can we do as a country? We have been infiltrated by 8 groups of people in the set of governance. We have extended devolution without evolution. Those are my points. I see devolution ran fast, left devolution behind, yet they are twin brothers. We lost it out. The handshake can never be shaken. You can't reverse it. You touch it, you'll apologize tomorrow. There's no peace that can be reversed. Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta, you did a great job to bring us together, to bring Kenya together. A better Kenya is a good Kenya for me. It's a good way for me in Uganda or any other person. We are preparing a generation for the future generation. We are not preparing for ourselves. Some of us are in our late sunsetting. We are no longer in the sun rising. Therefore, another generation will come. I beg to close this entire system by saying, let's keep it up. Let's bring those topics every morning, debrief them on COVID-19, on Tanzania. Karen, you did well to remind us on that question of Tanzania. Why should we wear masks? And then we allow people who wear no mask to come and spread it in our mouth. That is the question of the day. Thank you. Over to you, Miriam. And you announce the next topic at 11 o'clock.
All right, thank you so much. And I think you've all summarized that very well. I don't think I need to go over it. I think Karen has summarized that very well, Karanja, Prof, and then you. So the next topic that we shall be looking at on frontline security is corruption hurtling Kenya to a state of despondency. That is a conversation you do not want to miss. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Let's meet here in the next few minutes.
peace